there, welcome to That's Good Stuff. That's here, and in today's video, I am going to talk about from understanding history, we start to learn and understand how people, societies, and the world behaves and react to major changes in the world. Thus, from there, we try to see if there's anything we can learn from it or if we are able to predict what's going to happen next. Don't worry, my friends, I promise it will not be one of the boring history lessons that we have had in school. History was never my strong subject because I used to think, what's the point of learning an event that has already passed? However, after growing up, I started to appreciate the true meaning of history. We draw lessons from it, we see how we can use it to understand the present and predict, and use it to predict what will happen in the future. Plus, when it's not testable or when it's not examinable, it becomes more enjoyable. Agreed? The history lesson that I'm going to talk about is the secrets of wealth. Who controls wealth? Do one lose control when the global situation changes? And since this channel is about income and wealth generation, the more important question is, how do we gain control of the wealth? So let's explore together, shall we? Before the mid-18th century, before the Industrial Revolution, wealth favors landowner. Whoever had land on hand controls the wealth at that time. The landlords. You're likely to be a wealthy guy at that time if you have few pieces of land to your name. Then come the Industrial Revolution in the 1760s, where more machines are being used instead of manual labor. At this time, wealth has turned its favor to people who own and use machines. For example, motor car, a piece of machinery, became popular at this time. Now, more and more people are buying, and the car manufacturers' wealth grew manifold. The industrial era lasted another 200 years till the 1950s, and by then there are so many goods produced, they are no longer selling as much as they desire. The local do not want to have the goods anymore, so local demands drop, and then that forced the industrialists to look for new markets to sell. Whether they are the industrialists or not, it gives rise to this group called the distributors. This distributor will take popular goods or a popular concept, build a brand, and sell it somewhere. One example for this group is McDonald's. I think many of you would have known their story by now. In another 30 years or so, comes the 1980s, comes the technological era. The computer industry is born, and people who embrace new technology controls the wealth. In this era, a computer can do so much more than what a human or a simple device can do. Businesses who can develop good computers or good computer products like software to solve problems are in hot demand. IBM, Microsoft, Bill Gates, right, are some businesses that generated extraordinary wealth during this period. Computers and the technological revolution took control for another 15 years, and around 1995, when personal computers are already very common in each household, a new problem arises. What information comes to you with the computer? The commercial internet rose around that time, and the world is concerned with information flow via the internet in this era. The group of people who control wealth in this era are the people who controls information. For example, stocks, shares, prices shoots up because of a release of a certain information or a piece of market news. Of course, the other direction is true as well with negative news. It took another 10 years for the next big problem to come out. Too much information over the internet. Information overload has never been on such a scale. How to find useful information effectively? Yahoo, alongside with Google, had their activities exploded in the early 2000s as they were able to provide their users with relevant and accurate information among the seas of unsorted data. So what's next? Since 2005 is close to 20 years ago, and with relevancy still relevant, is there any change or is there something brewing at the site? Now, there are talks about data privacy, data sensitivity. Meta paid $725 million to settle a lawsuit which claims Facebook gave third-party access to user data without their consent. Will we still want to depend on other people's system to do business? Or maybe we should have our own system so nobody control the data and information that we have. In any case, I hope I have given you some insights by highlighting major global changes and how does it affect the group that wealth favors and also the group that is taking over control. And if you are interested to be the new group that wealth favors and you want to take control of your wealth, I will recommend a training in the link below that shows you the step-by-step approach on how you can move yourself towards the part of this new group. Alright, so that's all for today, my friends. I will talk to you in the next video. Take care.